and this is my thesis research that I've been working on. It is not complete, but I thought I'd give you guys what I have so far, and it is Ascertaining Susquehanna, New York brook floater habitat requirements. I thought we'd start with a little bit of information on the brook floater. They are threatened in New York State. They were previously proposed for listing by U.S. Fish and Wildlife, but because of their presence in other parts of the range, they were not ultimately federally listed. Here is a picture of a lateral view of a brook floater I tagged over the summer, and they're really cute. I like them. But this is a tagged brook floater, and as you can see, the tag numbers got pretty high, which is what this presentation is about. I thought I'd start that some of you may know this life cycle aspect, but functionally, mussels are an obligate parasite on fishes. What happens is a male mussel will put sperm up into the water column, female mussels will filter out that sperm, fertilize their eggs, and then they will make some kind of lure or something to attract a fish near them. Ultimately then, if you saw Brian's presentation last year and some of Brian's information, the Glaucidia will then be sort of sprayed at the fish somehow, and they will attach to the gill filaments of the fish. This is where they experience their parasitic life cycle stage, and they basically metamorphosize into juveniles. When they're done metamorphosizing, they then just fall off the fish's gills into the sediment. And that's basically where they spend a lot of the rest of their life, because mussels don't move very far, very fast, and the life cycle continues. These are some host fishes for brook floaters. A lot of them are present in the habitat that I'm assessing, a very common assemblage of fishes for New York stream. And a lot of the fish that we see specifically in the reach are things like black-nosed dace, tessellated darters, a couple sculpin here and there, so that's pretty cool. I thought I'd talk about the history of this because this has been going on for a while before I got to the school. It started in 2011. I was not involved in that. I was 10 years old. But it started in 2011. My advisor, Paul Lord, heard that there may be mussels present at this location, went and found some brook floaters. Then, based off of funding and time opportunities, he tried to go back and at least confirm the presence of brook floaters and continue to assess their population. 2015, he went back, he found a couple more. 2018, this one was important because it was a preliminary survey for a dam removal that happened upstream of this population. And they found 3 that were immediately in the impact area of said dam. In 2020, this dam was removed through lots of different efforts because there was lots of tug and pull between the people removing the dam and the people who wanted to protect the mussels. Then in 2022, Brian went back and assessed the stream, and he found a whopping 138 of these threatened mussels, which was fantastic. He estimated the population to be around 200 live brook floaters at the time. 2023, I went back and assessed the reach that he did not look at, and I found 30 live brook floaters. And then in 2024, this is the survey that we did over this past summer, we found 656 live brook floaters, which is astonishing. So I thought I'd just provide a picture of the dam. It's just a low-head spillway dam. These are the remnants that exist. It originally was causing all of that new wetland to be lake. So it provided a lot more beautiful wetland habitat, which was also probably great for the mussels. And it also has a lot to do with how this habitat is set up. Basically, these mussels are constrained to this reach. They're an isolated population because upstream is wetlands, marsh, and a lake. Downstream is not favorable brook floater habitat because of many deep pools and channelized through the town where the stream goes through. Let's talk about the survey. So our methods, what we did was we just took a start time of when we started surveying and end time of when we ended surveying so we could calculate a general CPUV of the mussels that we were looking at. If you see all of these little pink flags, they're indicating a brook floater at that location. What we would do is we would use a flag to mark a brook floater location after we found it. take it, tag it on the bank of the stream, and then bring it back and put it in that location. And then we would also keep the flags as we were surveying that section, just to be sure that we weren't crushing these little guys as we were looking for other ones. That's me in the stream doing the dirty work, looking for mussels, putting them back. And that's also me on the bank tagging a mussel to get ready to put it back where it belonged. So this is just a general map of results. I wanted to emphasize that out of this reach, we also found evidence of recruitment, Young of the Year mussels, which is also really great news for this population. We found a handful of those, but there I thought it was a good size comparison to show you what a tag looks like on one of those little mussels. And additionally, I wanted to point out that the red highlighted reach of the stream right there is about 300 live brook floaters for the 30-meter reach. And that is quite a few mussels because it is not a wide stream as you saw in the previous photo. I think the max width of this stream where we surveyed was probably 12 meters. So we're looking at probably 9 to 10 mussels per meter squared. Included in the assemblage, we also quantified the other mussels that we found as we were looking for these brook floaters. We found creepers, triangle floaters, and eastern elliptios. Eastern elliptios we also tagged because we track those populations in the upper Susquehanna due to the decline of recruitment that we've seen over the years. We also do see a few eastern floaters in the mix, but their prevalence is pretty low in the assemblage. But so we did all of that so that we could figure out where the brook floaters were and perform a habitat assessment. This is a little further downstream of that remnants of the dam. That's me doing a scuba survey for mussels in that pool right there. What we're going to look at for the habitat assessment is we're assessing the mussel assemblage. We're also looking at host fish presence because you can't have mussels unless you have the host fishes. Physical characteristics, chemical characteristics of the stream, and then additionally, we performed this assessment at 4 different locations. We chose these 4 locations for a variety of reasons. Number 1, we chose the brook floater location because there were many brook floaters there. Number 2, we thought maybe dams could play a part in this, so we found a stream in the tributary that had an upstream dam, and go figure, we found mussels below that dam. And then we also looked at a historical brook floater location. There have been past brook floater and pearly mussel surveys performed in Cataton Creek. And this location, unfortunately, we did not find any live brook floaters, so we don't assume that they still persist there. And we also chose a location where there were no previously recorded mussels, and additionally, we did not find any evidence of mussels such as shell sets and things like that. So for physical characteristics, and I like this picture because there's 2 pieces of slate with erosion in between, and there's quite a few mussels in there because who knows? That's what I'm trying to figure out. We assessed sediment size, depth of water, mesohabitat, wet width of stream during our surveys, sediment suspended in the water column, and we're also doing a growth analysis of the brook floaters between the years because as we have been